Do you have an open door to abundance? I'm asking you because I just realized and was reminded the other day about something that is so powerful about abundance and about your door to abundance. And I'm going to share with you in this video a powerful technique. Also, the images that helped me to realize what I'm sharing with you is all about. So first of all, I'm sharing this with you, and if you watch this video right now, I do believe that it's on purpose. I do believe that it's because 2025 is going to be magical for you. You're gonna have much more money than you ever had in your life. You're gonna have better health, better relationships than ever before, just doing the small things that I'm sharing with you here. Do you have an open door to abundance? Imagine that there's a door in front of you. And imagine this door can go both ways. So it can open and it can go towards you like a swing door. And now imagine on the other side of this door, there's everything that you could ever imagine to have in your life, to have in your reality. Everything that you could ever imagine is on the other side of that door. Now, normally, if we want something on the other side of the door, we go through the door towards what we want, right? And now remember, it's a swing door. So, if you push the door a little, it will go a little back. If you push the door more, it will go more back. If you push the door a lot, it will go a lot back, right? Whoop, 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 back and forward. This makes sense, right? So just for a moment, imagine that all the money you could wish is on the other side of this door. Imagine that. So just be with me in this imagination picture. Maybe even close your eyes and just breathe calmly and just imagine this door just in front of you, and on the other side of this door, you have all the abundance, all the money, all the wealth that you could ever dream of. Now I'm asking you again, is your door to abundance open? And it's a swing door. And what came to me the other day was what I was reminded of. One of the things that worked really good for me, and I actually forgot about this, but it worked so good for me. And it's about this door, and it's also about how do you feel about the two words that I say now, because this is how it is, right? There's giving and there's receiving. And think about the door again, giving and receiving. And the thing is, for anything to happen, unless the money is just coming on a tree, well, it's coming from someone who is giving it to you and you are receiving it. Or you give the money to someone, you give your money to someone and the other one is receiving it. Those two things are always in the transaction, right? So if you go down and buy a cup of coffee, you give money and the barista receives money to the cash system or with your credit card, and then the shop owner will receive the money, right? And the shop owner will pay the utility bill, give money, and will receive utility, and the utility company receives money and gives utility, that service. So there's always giving and receiving. Has to be like that. Now, does this make sense? I'm really happy that I was reminded about this because, as I said, I forgot it a little bit, what I'm going to share with you here, and also the example with the door and why this is so important. It's a mindset, it's a universal thing, and it's something that really can help, not just in a little way, but in a big way. And obviously, with everything, we can say, I don't believe that. You can say, I don't believe what you're speaking about. No problem. Then don't do it. Don't do what I'm about to share with you and see what will change. Probably nothing. But maybe try doing this little small thing and watch what happens. Maybe first of all inside of you, but watch what will happen. Are you ready? And as always, please, if you just like this video a little bit, just a little bit, give it a like. I'm just a small channel and I just want to get my message out there. I'm sharing what's going on in my life, what helped me going from $1.5 million US debt and into freedom. And I am reminding myself of all of these things that I'm sharing with you also. So please do that. And also, if you want to be part of this community, I would love to have you here. Then obviously you can just subscribe, and also if you hit that bell you will get a notification when there's a new video from me. And I will, in the end here, in a few minutes, I will also tell you about a little abundance report that I just created and how you can get a hold of that. Something that can really help you a lot in creating and making and manifesting 2025 being the best year ever for you. So the door, swing a little and think about the receiving and giving, receiving and giving. We do have those two things all the time. And in your normal life, you will experience this. Because you buy gasoline, you buy, when you shop something, you buy a cup of coffee, you buy the utility, whatever it is. If you have a company, you buy your whatever you need in your company, right? And you give money and you also receive money. So here comes the thing with the door. If the door is just a little bit open, the door towards abundance. If you are giving just a little bit, probably think about the door just a little bit, and it will also swing back only a little bit. So what you will see is that you will only receive a little bit. And then think about the door opening a bit more. So you give a little bit more, and then it will swing back and you will receive more also. So how does this work? Here's a good thing that I learned from many different mentors. And I did it when I grew my company. I did it when I grew my coaching company some years ago. I gave. And there's this, use it or not, I'm just sharing and what I did, what I learned and what I did. There's this 10% rule, or maybe not rule is the right word, but 10% of what you receive, give it. And even if it's just $10, then give $1. And here's the thing that I was reminded of yesterday. And it's so funny because I was reminded of it. And I said to myself, okay, I got it. No, sorry, it was the day before. I've got to do this. So I took a note. And the day after, I received some money. And now it's up to me to say, all right, I will give 10% of that. And I'm so happy that I was reminded about this. I'll give 10% of those money without expecting anything in return. So I'll give, I'll push the door, and knowing, believing that it will be pushed back. So I will receive also without expecting it. So, and that's when it's just neutral. So it's like I don't have to get something, because if I really have to get something, if you really have to get something, we will also be disappointed if we're not getting it. So and here comes the thing also for me that I got so happy around with this thing, because I was also reminded when I gave back, when I did from my coaching company, when I gave to children. There's a community for children who don't feel so safe when they're home. So, and it's a free community, and there's a lot of grown-up who helps those kids, but they needed things for money and things for going to the cinema, or taking those kids out for the Tivoli or something like that, or just for McDonald's or something else, just to give them a little bit joy. And I was in my heart so grateful that I could give. And I remember when I did it, I gave and I gave and I gave. So the CEO or whatever that was called from this organization, I became kind of friend with her, and she was like, she was really very happy and grateful that I kept giving. So much that actually at a point she asked if I could come and do one of my speakings to all of the parents, and I actually did. I just gave, and it felt so good because I was inspired, and that's the key word here. That's the key word that really helped. What inspires you? You receive some money, even your paycheck. And I know from some people, they will say, I don't want to do this. I work so hard for this, but just think about this, giving and receiving. Something that inspires you. I gave because I was inspired, and maybe from my old childhood, how it feels as a kid. We cannot do anything growing up in a not safe environment. And I felt so inspired by watching this organization, how much they did for the kids. And also when I had the opportunity to meet some of those kids and see the sadness in their eyes, but also the feelings of joy when they told that they went out and did this and that. So I felt so good doing this. And that's the key word. I felt so good doing this. Giving, receiving. Giving, receiving. The 10%. I don't know. I know some people say why it's there, but 10% is just it's a good number, and maybe even do more than that. That's maybe something to do with the door. Imagine that you give more than 10%, the door opens more. It's also swinging back more. There's flow. It's the opposite meaning. There's flow. So you give and you receive. You give and you receive. You give when you are inspired. Someone who inspires you, like the kids here. And yesterday was actually my daughter who inspired me so much, because she just got a job and she was so brave. She's not that old yet. She's 14 years and she got her first real job. But she was so grateful for the job. She was so happy. She was so passionate when she came home and spoke to me about it. And I was just like, because I received those money, and in my mind, I was like, okay, I was inspired by her, so I'm going to give her this present. And normally I don't do this, but I really felt like that was the first choice for me. I'm going to do that. So the question for you now is, maybe you do it. If you do it, let me know in the comments. If you haven't done it for a while, or you haven't done it at all, are you ready to begin doing this? And maybe just, again, start small, whatever. One number that comes to you, just the next person that inspires you. And it could be anyone. It could be someone meeting on the street. It could be someone in the coffee shop. It could be someone at the gas station, or an email you read, whatever this is, or a YouTube video, but someone who inspires you, that really sets something in motion for you, that really like, okay, there's something calling for me here. And without thinking too much about it, just, okay, send that or give that person some money. And just say, you inspired me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And feel the joy of doing this. And again, don't expect, okay, I'm gonna receive money back tomorrow, else I'm not gonna do this again. That's kind of like the wrong energy about this. But instead of just believing that this is good, that you are doing something from your heart, some higher calling, something inspired you, you are giving. And just the knowing that something good will come back to you, the door will swing back in some way. It might not be directly money. It might not be, but it might be opportunities or something that's even more worthful for you than money. And it doesn't matter. It's just a feeling of being very good. And also that the image for me about the door opening, the door to abundance, opening, swinging back and forward, being in that flow, having fun and enjoying it and giving to people. I realized some years ago that I was not that good at giving. I hold the money so tight. But that's a problem, right? Because if I really hold the money, it's like I'm afraid of losing them. There's no flow in that. So I hope this inspires you. Please feel free in the comment to let me know, again, if you're doing this and maybe some of your success stories or whatever happened to you with this. And also, if you haven't done it for a while or at all, just put in the comments what you're gonna do. And the last thing, so I don't forget this, I've just created this. It's the first report from me about abundance. I've been inspired to it, and I was reading through my notes as I have shared, and I read some questions the other day. And the thing about questions is questions, they open up our mind. So if we ask or get someone to ask us great questions, there's a great opportunity or great possibility that you'll get answers to. And it will set your brain in a new direction. And I did that, and I was inspired by that. So I created a very quick report with the questions and just a few lines from me about this, how actually to shift your money mindset in a very easy way with these, I think it's 5 questions. So if you want those, I'll put a link below the video, and also I'll pin a comment. So you can just check the link, get that report, and I'll send it to you. All right? See you in the next one, and lots of love.